Okay, let's jump into this Wordle. Hello, DJ Gaming. Thank you for tuning in. Let's open with inert. I got an E, okay, and an N in the wrong spot. Let's see if it's at the end or beginning. Like we could do sheen. It's not at the end. There's no S or H. Okay, what's another consonant cluster? Could I do like chi? Che. Hello, Juan. Thank you for tuning in. Well, there's only one E in the word, we know that, so we didn't get zero information. If the N is second to last, it could be like... Oh, spend would be a good one, but we've already guessed S. So it can't be that. Oh, it could be upend. Ooh, okay. But it's not upend. What is it then? Could be blend, I guess. Kind of a boring one. It wasn't blend. Shit. Of course. Man, whatever, dude. There's the Wordle for today. Hello, Obama Orb. Thank you for tuning in. Alright, let's get started, shall we? Okay. Oh, that's the wrong scene. Hello, friends. Welcome to a random Thursday stream. I really thought I had fixed my sleep last week, but boy was I wrong. Today, after work, I crashed again immediately after, and I was like, you know what? We just gotta stream today. I need to live, because I've been wanting to stream, like, basically every day I wish I could stream. I'm just too tired. But anyway... We're here now. Thank you for tuning in, DJ Gaming. Hello, Juan. Hello, Obama Orb. Tensor Espresso. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate all of you. What are we doing today? We're playing Stellar Blade, and we're playing some RE4. Depends how long Stellar Blade takes. But first, I wanted to show something that I got in the mail, which is this copy of a game that I learned about recently. It's called MagnaCarta 2. There's also a MagnaCarta 1, but the game's really expensive, so I haven't purchased it. I don't know if I'm going to. Maybe I will. It's like $100. This game was $50 sealed. Like brand new sealed. Isn't that crazy? I can't believe this exists. Look, it even has the Xbox thing. I forgot that games had these. But what's interesting about this game, if you didn't know, check this out right there. You see that? Hold on, wait. Let's see if it'll focus. You see what that says right there? Stunning photorealistic imagery and character designs by Kim Hyung-tae. crazy. It actually says Hyungtae Kim because, whatever, it's localized for North America, so they put the Korean name at the end, which is wrong. The last name. But yeah, isn't that crazy? So he worked on the art for this game and the original MagnaCarta 1. MagnaCarta 1 is interesting just because it was a PS2 game, but I think the first one was actually a PC game at first. Whatever the first iteration of the first game was, apparently it was really buggy when it came out, and so it never got like released officially, or at least not in North America. I think it only came out in Korea. That's what it was when I was doing some research on this. But the actual first game, which is called what is it called? Hold on, I'm gonna look it up because I'm curious. I forgot. Let me also play this awesome Blood Rain song while I do that. MagnaCarta 1. It's something with blood in the name. Or tears. What am I thinking of? MagnaCarta 1. Oh gosh, I'm getting like political stuff. MagnaCarta 1 game. Tears of Blood. Or actually, I think this is the game that actually did come out. Anyway, this is the game that did come out. It looks like that, the box art. So that's a PS2 game. So I'm very interested in playing it as well. But I was like, man, this is inexpensive enough for a brand new sealed game. On the back it says blends strategic turn-based battle and real-time gameplay. Sounds cool. But yeah, I'm excited to play this. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this game exactly as far as and I'm gonna open it obviously. I don't care that it's sealed. Let's open it right now actually. Oh wait, should I make a short? I'll make a YouTube short out of it. I'll at least make a YouTube short, so I won't unbox it yet, but I wanted to show that I bought this game. But yeah, that's Kim Hyungtae's one of the first games that he worked on, I guess. So I'm excited about that. Is that the S24 Ultra? I have an S23 Ultra. Buying Flatouts 2 right now before going to bed? Or playing Flatout 2. Whoa, I read that? You said playing? I read that as buying. Holy hell, consumerism is taking over my head. You get the same feeling just with gaming in general after a shift? You get it completely. Yeah, dude, I don't know. It's like I just have no energy to do anything, not just play games. Especially, playing games like the last thing I think of doing when I get home. I just crash. So it's not great. Hey Trisaru, thank you for tuning in. Is that MagnaCarta I talked about? Yes, this is the sequel. This is the 360 game. So I'm looking to maybe get the first one. Or maybe I'll just play it and leave it at that. But I don't know. I want to do something with these games. It would be, maybe it's a little bit ambitious to think I'll do a full playthrough of this. I don't know how long it is. But especially because I'm struggling to even finish Wuchang. I don't know how long this game is. If it's like 50 hours, I don't know that I'll be able to stream all that. But I can aspire to. Maybe we can try. Hey Agatoki, thank you for tuning in. Also, hello Commander Farsight. Thanks for being here. Thought it was from the camera. You had one for years. Oh no, I'm using a webcam. I'm using it is an Elgato Facecam Pro. Facecam Pro Mark II, I believe it's called. Yeah. Or just Facecam Mark II, I'm pretty sure is the name. How many hours on Stellar Blade? At least here on PC, I've got 300 hours. Just crossed 300 hours actually. I'm at 300.8. On console, I have like close to 1,000. But yeah, let's jump in. Let's get into some gameplay. What the heck? Why is Steam asking me that? Normally when I boot up the game, it doesn't ask for administrative rights or whatever. I'm pretty sure I did play this since last time I updated my graphics card, but I don't remember. It was only 4 days ago. My graphics driver, that is. Yeah, JRPGs are usually pretty damn long. I saw you were making progress with Residence of Fate, so that's pretty cool. I'm glad that you're, enjoying it. Oh, the pattern on the camera on the back of my phone. Oh yeah, no, they've used this kind of camera sequencing for a bit now. I don't know if it's currently the same, but the problem with Samsung Galaxy or Ultra phones, like the top end ones, is that they're rounded now. They have these dumbass like rounded corners, which just looks horrible. It looks like a fucking iPhone, so that's like the last thing I want. I like these because they're rectangular, but I'm hoping that maybe for next year's new Galaxy it'll be rectangular again, because I did crack this phone. I streamed about it when I did, and I would like a new phone, but I don't really want to buy one right now because I don't like the way the current S26 looks. Just purely aesthetics. I'm sure whatever, the chip is better. I don't care. I don't even care about that. What I care mostly about with these phones is the camera. I did want a flip phone for a while. I remember talking about how I would like the new Galaxy Flip. But the problem with that phone is that now they've improved it. They've improved the the folding and like, you know, the how secure it is, but the longevity of the screen. But the problem is that they keep making the front screen more like a phone. So that's what I don't want, because now, like, my idea with a flip phone is that if the front screen is just like basic information, just all the critical information that you might want to check a notification, and that's it, maybe like an alarm, that's kind of cool. When it becomes just another phone, now it's like, what's the point? Because I want a barrier to access my entire phone. I want that barrier of like opening it up to, you know, limit how much I use my phone. Ideally, I would use it less. If it's like that extra step, I would maybe be more conscious of like, oh, I opened my phone like twice this hour. I don't need it again. I can wait. But if it's like, you know, if it's just like a little notification screen, I like that. So that's what the older ones were like. But they keep making it better, which is what I don't want. And so, I don't know. Maybe someone will make a cooler flip phone, but I've just been using Samsung phones for so long, it's hard to imagine going off of them. I've just had like 5 Galaxy phones up to this point. At any rate. One and two. Oh, I messed up my aim cancel there. Bam, bam. Nice. That was a clean one. Bam, bam. Whenever I get an aim cancel and you barely even see the reticle, I'm like, wow, that was nice. It really does make me happy. 1, 2. I missed some messages. I will read them in a moment. I appreciate all of you. Hey, Lotus, thank you for tuning in, by the way. 1 and 2. Can I get to phase 2 without popping the retribution? Let's try. I'll just have to dodge everything. Okay. Nice. Yeah, we got to phase 2. Hell yeah. Alright, so now we can pop the retribution whenever we want. I wanted to do my beta chain, I messed that up there. Okay. If anyone ever buys Flat Out 2 for your information, you're gonna have personal hatred against these 7 NPC racers. The good type competitive hatred. Isn't that the, is that the racing game that's like jet skis? 1 and 2. Wait, am I thinking of the right thing? Is it jet skis? 1, 2. I think I'm very confused. I know it's a racing game, of course. You just said racers. One, two. Aw, I thought I had enough time there. I don't feel like redoing a bad one. I'm just gonna continue. Your achievements on screen? Oh, on Stellar Blade? I did see you were playing it somewhat recently. Just finished your 4th playthrough on PC this last Tuesday? Hell yeah, congratulations. Is it a bad thing that you have almost 1,500 hours? No, not at all. I commend you. Congrats. That's awesome. Damn, that's more hours than me. I mean, I played this game substantially more back during the first year. And then the second year, just nowhere near as much because stuff kept happening. I would have liked to have played it more the first year that the PC version came out. But I, in general, was streaming a little bit less. So, and I don't play this game offline. But I also don't really play video games much offline either. Very seldom. The thing is, double that time you spent on God of War. 1 and 2, 3. Hold on, those were some very weak timings. Let's clean that up. You finished your PC replay of the game a week or so ago and fought Scarlet for the first time? Hell yeah, dude, that's awesome. I haven't fought... See, this is what I'm talking about. I wish I played games more. I don't know how people do it. They get home from work and they just, like, play games. That's incredible. But, or like during free time, it's so hard to do. But I haven't fought Scarlet since the DLC came out. So that would have been June of last year. That is the single time I have fought Scarlet. And despite me, like, I remember thinking, you know, I praised the fight a lot. I said, oh, this is a really awesome fight. Like, I can feel this. I can imagine this being really fun to learn. I fought Man a few times since then. Also very little, not as much as I would like. But anyway, I'll work on it though. We'll get better. It's like, playing games is just never going to be the same as like when you're, you know, a kid or a teenager. At least I haven't found that again, besides when this game came out. When Stellar Blade came out, I did feel that way, and I was very eager to always just continue playing it. There's a couple other games that have made me feel that way. Anytime a Resident Evil game comes out, I usually pretty much feel that way. It depends. The first-person one's not as much, but like the other Resident Evil games, all the third-person ones, the remakes, I've been eager to play those. Anyway, whatever. Next, starting on Gigas, I want to talk about the title of this video, of this stream. I'm going to move on too. I just felt like doing a little bit of practice. Okay, let's get to Gigas here and then we'll chat. We'll chat about this topic. I'll make a timestamp and everything. And I'll finish reading messages. Okay. Have yet to beat Man or buy any DLC for Stellar Blade? I recommend all the DLC. Unless you don't care for Nier Automata. If you've never played it or have no interest in it, then I guess you could skip that one. But definitely, I recommend the Nier, the Nikkei DLC. It's really good. Like, the minigames are fun, so definitely worth the $10. And the boss fight's great, so highly recommend. Man, last he played was on PS5 before the DLC came out for like 5 playthroughs in a row on launch. It's a car racing game, kind of similar to Burnout, but wrecking other racers is encouraged. Ah, okay. So it's kind of like... Yeah, I forgot what the Burnout game is called. I've only ever played Burnout Paradise a bit. But I know there was a Burnout where it was like the main thing. Is it Burnout Revenge? Like the main thing is attacking other people. There's like highly encouraged. Hey Magnamic, thank you for tuning in. Finally get to attend a stream. Yeah, it's not very often I'm streaming during the weekdays these days, but I try to. Did I put some mods? I just have the one mod that replaces the skin suit. It's called Skin to Fusion. And the link to it is right here. Hey Raccoon Lich, thank you for tuning in. Good to see you, man. Fought Man, he was a great battle. Man has like one of the best theme songs a boss could have. He's so sick. You make coffee after you put your son to bed to game? Wow, that's hardcore. I don't drink coffee or drink energy drinks, so I'm not gonna start. I was about to say like, maybe I should start doing that, because I mean, it probably would solve all my problems, but I don't like, I don't know, I don't enjoy, my greatest fear in life is dependency. I don't want to become dependent on anything. So, yeah. So many things to do. Never thought you'd say that. Adulting is brutal. Very rarely find a game like that anymore. Recent examples were Expedition 33 and, of course, Stellar Blade. Yeah, for me, it's Stellar Blade RE games that get me really eager to play games. Hey, Jackson, thank you for tuning in. Anything Xenoblade, but that's your favorite series, so it's an exception. Yeah, Man's name is incredible. Shout out to E. Youngji, the composer, who, you know, recently I've been listening to a lot of the new battle theme from Stellar Blade Blood Rain, and she composed it. It's awesome. But, anywho, let's talk about today's topic. Not really, I mean, we kind of talk about whatever on these streams, but I specifically felt like talking about the title of the video, which is that kids are not going to have the same game shopping experience. That experience of, like, you know, physical commerce that we did growing up. Like, so I was born in 94, and anybody else who was born in the 90s, you know, you remember, or earlier that even better, because, you know, since, like, I guess the NES or Super Nintendo, you know, there's always been a game section in toy stores, or like before when Toys R Us existed, there was always a big game section in all these big box stores, right? Nowadays, if you walk into a Target or Walmart, there's a game section, but it's not anything near like what it used to be. It's mostly just showing off hardware, I have found. Only recently did my particular Walmart did they add displays again to like actually play a console? Because for the longest time, there was nothing like that. I almost got hit there, by the way. So I was pretty happy to see that. I was like, oh wow, there's a PS5 here that you can, like, you know, play a little bit. There's only like 2 games that you can check out, but it's like, okay, this is something at least. And I went to a Target, I believe it was, and they had a Switch 2 display. And I was like, wow, this is nice. At least it's something. But, you know, back in the day, man, there used to be these just walls of games. And now, with Sony getting rid of physical games for PS6, there's basically going to be no game section. I mean, maybe there'll be just some Nintendo games and that's about it. And that's crazy. Because, you know, part of the fun of part of the fun of gaming is just talking about games with your friends, right? This actually applies to anything. If you go out with your friends, like go to any mall or shopping center or any store, and you just hang out around whatever like media they have and just talk about stuff, it's just so much fun. Like anytime I go to Walmart or Target or whatever with my friends, we just go and check out the DVDs that they have on sale and just talk about the shows there, talk about the movies there. When there was bigger game sections, you know, talk about the games there that are available for sale. And, you know, you've got all these nice big box arts facing you, and it just makes for great discussion. Like back when GameStop was king, right? It's hard to imagine, this was so long ago. But back when GameStop was bigger, man, I remember having all sorts of cool conversations with the employees there at GameStop, or just random other people inside GameStop. You just can't even have that anymore. The last time I experienced that would have been when the Switch 2 came out. 1, 2, and 3. When the Switch 2 came out, I stood in line. I didn't even buy a Switch 2 for myself. I was picking it up for a friend. I ended up talking to the guy behind me or in front of me, whatever. One of the guys near me for a bit, just about games and stuff. And I was like, wow, this is cool. I haven't done this in a very long time. You know, growing up, I went to tons of midnight releases. I went to at least like 5 midnight releases. And man, those are, I have very fond memories of midnight releases, which I don't even know if they do them anymore. The last midnight release that I went to was for the Pokemon Let's Go games, so Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. But I don't know, let me know if they're still doing them, because I genuinely am not sure, I have no idea. Well, you know, even that was like a pretty cool experience. But back in the day, it was so much more cool, because, I don't know, gaming was just like... It sounds kind of, I don't know, kind of gatekeeping to say like gaming used to be less popular, but it did used to be less popular, which meant that more of the people that you came across in these gaming kind of environments were, I don't want to say more passionate, because you can be casual and be passionate, but I mean like back then, if you were into games, like you were like really into games, you know. It wasn't just like especially if you were going to a midnight release. Because when I think back to this Pokemon release, it was, I mean, I guess it's not a great example, because Pokemon is just a very popular IP. So there's just like Pokemon folks who might not be like hardcore gamers, they just play the Pokemon games. And you know, it's a lot of people with like, you know, maybe like their girlfriends and stuff, or like their family, or it's like a parent taking their kids to get the new Pokemon game. So like the Pokemon Midnight launch, it's like not as comparable compared to the ones I went to in the past. So when I was growing up, I went to like the Gears of War 2 Midnight launch, I went to the Halo 3 Midnight launch. These were some big midnight launches, man. And especially, you know, back on 360, back when multiplayer gaming was, you know, at its absolute peak versus compared to now, it's just like a business. Back then, dude, multiplayer gaming was so... You could genuinely meet people at these midnight launches and just be like, oh yeah, man, what's your gamer tag? And you could just like make friends this way, and like you could have them on your Xbox Live friends list. Maybe you didn't talk to them all the time, but like, oh yeah, that's the guy that I met at the Gears 2 launch. And maybe you get like a... Maybe you got a message to all friends from them, or I don't know. Maybe you did make good friends with somebody that you met randomly like that. It can happen. People meet their, you know, their eventual spouses this way all the time. Well, I don't know how much anymore. But, you know, this was a way that people did meet each other back before, like, I guess, I don't know, we're entering this, like, extremely digital era. So, I just think it's sad. Like, even though last stream I was talking a bit about how the announcement that, oh, Sony will not be publishing more physical games didn't really bother me too much. Or rather, I was kind of unfazed. I was just aloof about it. Because I was like, well, I've been a PC gamer since like 2009, 2010. That's when I started really building my PC library. It doesn't really affect me because like I have not been buying physical games on console anymore in such a long time. But then I thought more about it and I was like, oh my gosh, there's gonna be no game stores, which I think is pretty sad. Because now, the only way you could have that experience of, like, browsing and hanging out with your friends, talking about games, looking at big, you know, a big wall of box arts, will be like if you go to a secondhand store, I guess. So hopefully there will be some good ones that maybe you can support, or I can support. Around me, there aren't really any, but, you know, yeah, I don't know, man, it's crazy, especially, like, maybe Sony just really hates GameStop. They're just like, we need to put GameStop out of their misery. I understand the reasons why they would kill physical games, why they want to kill them, right? Because obviously they can control, there's no secondhand market that way, and they can control digital prices. This is why I love PC as well, because like if you play on Steam, if you play on PC, right, you can get your PC games anywhere. you can just go to so many different storefronts and redeem the games that you buy on Steam very easily. If you just go to Google, type in, is there any deal? There's all sorts of legitimate storefronts. There's like a dozen of them. You can find wherever you want. If there's a better deal somewhere, I usually go to Green Man Gaming. I get a lot of games through there, if not directly through Steam. You have options. With Sony, you have the PlayStation Store. Oh, you don't like the price? Suck my dick. And especially, what's really scummy about Sony recently is that they've been doing this dynamic pricing thing. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but for certain users, they will give you better or worse prices on digital games, which is batshit crazy. That's pretty anti-consumer, and it's funny because they're coming off of a very pro-consumer console generation, PS4. So, one bright side you could look at this as is if Sony blunders really hard, maybe this leaves Xbox an angle to somehow come back and like really make a push for physical games. I don't think that's gonna happen. But like, in some world, maybe Xbox is the new physical game king, and people have more of a reason to want to like buy an Xbox. If that were the case, that would reintroduce competition, because there has not been competition in so long in the console space. Just because like, Nintendo and Sony aren't really the same thing. So it's basically just Sony and Nintendo. They have their own markets, and they're completely different. I doubt that's gonna happen though, but it would be, it'd be a cool spin on it. That's what I'm trying to be optimistic, right? It's possible that Microsoft has already announced that they're not doing that though. I am not really keeping up with Xbox. But it would be cool. So here's me hoping that maybe Xbox will have physical games and it'll create some kind of competition. Very much doubt it. What else did I want to say? Those are like the main things. So after this boss fight, I'm gonna read all the messages that I missed while I was ranting about that. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we'll discuss. 1, 2, 3. I messed up that combo. Also, thank you for tuning in, Fascist YouTube. But those are my main points that I've been thinking about recently. I've just been thinking about this at work the other day, like this week basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you know what else is weird is that physical media has not been on the rise, but it's been very consistent. I know there was like a period of time where people weren't really buying DVDs and stuff, back when streaming services were newer. But like vinyl has been a consistently growing industry. And I know this now because I've been getting some vinyls recently. Oh, I'll show them off actually. I've been getting some vinyls recently, and it's like, man, there is definitely a market for this. Why would you just kill that market? It's crazy, man. It's just wild to me. 1, 2, 3. And last stream, I did also mention how I hope that the PS6 at least has a disc drive, because if they make it so all the PS5 games you bought physically, if you can't even play them on your PS6, that's batshit crazy. I heard something about Microsoft doing some kind of disc-to-digital conversion thing, where you can pop your disc in and get like a digital license. That way you could play it, I guess, digitally on the next console. Oh, maybe they would announce that if the next console isn't going to be physical anyway. I guess that's why. But that's not a great solution. Like, what is that? Okay, hang on, one sec. All right. Oh, and also, hang on. This one. I guess first let me just read these messages. All right, so I started ranting about physical games right around here. Oh, hey, Joey Central, thank you for tuning in. Oh wait, no, it was around here. Okay, coffee dependence is quick, but also can be cycled off really fast if you're interested in it. Caffeine does show some health benefits, so you recommend the tea route if I'm still skeptical. Oh, that sounds valid, because I don't want coffee breath and I don't want it to stain my teeth. So I guess tea, you wouldn't have those problems. Okay. You listen to those tracks from Eve once daily? Am I talking about the PlayStation thing? I was talking about PlayStation stuff, yes. Oh, DJ Game Year also in 94, baby. Hell yeah. Fist bump. Hey, Dex Holder Red, thank you for tuning in. This generation of kids wanting games are so screwed over, it's not funny. Well, hopefully their parents were gamers. But yeah, it sucks. I mean, the thing is, I don't even know how much kids these days really care about games. Don't they just play Fortnite? So like, I don't know, but if they have, dude, I just noticed the angel face on Stalker's chest. I just noticed the angel face. I don't think I've ever seen that before, but wow, I just noticed the angel face. It's upside down. Holy hell, how have I never noticed that? Right between his pecs and his solar plexus, you see that upside down angel face? How did I never ever notice that? Wow. Some details, I swear, I'm good with some details. I never noticed that. Anyway, crazy revelation in the middle of talking about physical games. Okay. It's sad that people who are 20 to 30-ish now were the ones who kind of saw the decline of it all. When you bought Freedom Fighters, you were so hyped. Now kids will never have that. Freedom Fighters, actually don't know that one. Welcome back. Hope work is going well. Thank you, Joy Central. I appreciate it. When games go digital, you practically just retire from gaming, but at that point, and you'll probably just stay retro gaming. At least retro games are always gonna, there's a finite number of them, but there's a lot of retro games out there that you can collect, which, is cool. I still have aspirations one day of maybe completing a PS2 library. Like, if I were ever super rich, that'd be something that I would collect, is just a PS2 library, because I think it'd be really cool to have. But then again, I say that, and I have looked over the whole PS2 library. There's just a lot of games I wouldn't care to play. A lot of sports games, and a lot of just random, because, there were a lot of games that, PS2 was a huge console. They sold so many of them, so there's a lot of just nonsense on there. There's games that aren't even games. Anyway, it's been pretty much entirely digital for a while now, but you're still not a fan of companies taking things away from the consumer. Still wish modern phones had headphone jacks. I agree. I would like a headphone jack, but at the same time, I mean, if I ever did want to use, the thing is, if I'm using something with, I understand that though, I agree with that. I did like having a headphone jack, because it was nice, but the dongles are fine. I've used the dongles, like the USB-C to 3.5 millimeter. It works fine. It's like another thing that you have to carry around, so it's kind of inconvenient. But in reality, I just use like my wireless earphones anyway. So, but it definitely was cool. Like on older phones, I definitely would use my headphones, I mean. True, gaming today doesn't compare to games back in the day. You remember calling your GameStop when Marvel Spider-Man 2 was coming out and questioned them about a midnight release. They replied, they don't do it unless it's Pokemon. Wow. I did not realize that. So I guess midnight releases have not been much of a thing. You remember the Modern Warfare 2 midnight release yourself? Oh, hell yeah, dude, that's cool. The midnight PS3 was the best one for you. Your girlfriend at the time, wife now, did it with you. Oh, hell yeah, that's very cool. Whoa, so you have an original fat PS3? Did you get the one with the Chrome, or did you get the 60 gigabyte one? I know you got a 60 gigabyte one. Like, yes, that was the big dick baller option at the time. And what's cool about those is that if you still have it and if it still works, you can play PS2 games on them. And that's awesome. I would love one of those original model PS3s. They're just, I don't know, it's not easy to find a nice one. They're like all completely messed up, or most of the ones I see for sale on like Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp are the ones without the backwards compatibility. You wanted to go to the Halo 3 midnight launch. Sadly, you were too young at the time. Oh man, brutal. It was quite the time to be alive. I remember I was so hyped about Halo 3. I took the game with me the next day to school, just so I could like read the manual and stuff. But yeah, it was cool, man. Oh, I did that for GTA 4 as well. I forgot about that. Yeah, so the Grand Theft Auto 4 midnight launch was also awesome. Oh my gosh, that game, I love GTA 4. Nothing will ever surpass that for me. GTA 4 is such a great game. The game's storage sections were a fourth space. Wait, what is that a reference to something? But there was more emphasis on them. Now it's just like an afterthought. You miss getting hyped for a new console. You feel like nothing is really that exciting anymore after the PS5 basically just felt like a PS4 Pro. Well, the thing with the last console gen, this current console gen, I mean, is that they came out during COVID. So, I mean, like, you couldn't really have a console launch, like, which sucks that was taken away from us. So, exactly, even people who already buy digital only should be bothered by Sony's decision. Digital only means no competition, meaning prices will go/stay up. Yeah, it's not like, exactly. So, it's not like on PC, you know, there are various storefronts with specifically Sony. Although, like, I know that Nintendo, you can get their games digitally, at least on Humble Store, but I don't think I've ever seen those go on sale. Maybe they, I'm not sure. I haven't bought a game through the Humble Store for Nintendo, like for Switch. But I know at least they're available there, so like maybe there's, but this is very minimal. I think it's just Humble Store. I don't think Nintendo Switch digital games are sold anywhere else. Then again, I believe that you can buy digital codes through like GameStop and Best Buy, now that I think about it. So there are some of these big box stores that just sell the digital codes on their websites, but I don't think those go on sale really, because those are just, you know, it's not like they have, like it's not like they buy a bunch of keys, I guess, at once. It's basically like a middleman for no reason buying directly from Nintendo. So maybe if Nintendo does a sale, maybe they do a sale as well. Sony covering their own market is scummy AF. Now you can't go out and buy a used game for 15 pounds or so. You gotta buy it brand new, or 15 euros. You gotta buy it brand new from them for 60 to 70. Yeah, it's pretty whack. I know I saw an example of, because I was listening to a Digital Foundry video the other day, talking about this same topic, and one example was Metal Gear Solid 4, the remake. Sorry, Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, the remake. If you buy it physically, it's like 25 bucks. If you buy it digitally, it's still just full price, which is crazy. Microsoft already said they're following suit. Oh, damn. Okay, they're also going digital. Well, there goes my dream of them bringing back physical media just to be a competitor. Very unlikely that you'll get a PS6. Yeah, same. I mean, I have a PC. Like, the only reason I got a PS5 was to partake in activities with my girlfriend, now fiance, just because she's a console gamer. But, you know, she will soon be a PC gamer eventually. Whenever I build another PC, she'll inherit this one, and then we'll both just be on PC. Yet some morons online are actually cheering this decision. Makes zero sense. Cheering is crazy. I'm not sure what the approach is, why you would be cheering it. I mean, I was very aloof about it, and maybe they're just being hyperbolic. Like, oh great, maybe they're just being contrarian just for no reason, just because that's the internet. I can't believe like a real person who grew up with games is happy to see them completely go away physically. Because like, you got to think about the next generation. That's just really selfish. The primary reason they're getting rid of physical games is money. Physical games have like 20 to 30% of the cost of the game made directed towards the store. Yeah, with the retailers. But the thing is, they could still just print games themselves and sell them only on like the PlayStation Direct store if they're so concerned about that retailer chunk. But again, what's short-sighted about that is that, like, dude, you just need people talking about your games. You need people talking about them. You need people that are passionate about them, spreading the word of your console and, like, all your exclusives and shit if you're really trying to sell your exclusive games, which I know Sony is because they're taking them off of Steam. Or not taking them off, but they're not going to release new exclusives on Steam, they have said, apparently. Like, you know, like how Last of Us and, what's another example? God of War and stuff, those games, like, came to PC. They don't want to do that anymore. So now you want us to buy this console that's basically a PC anyway, with just limitations? That's really weird. And yeah, like you gotta have these retailers to champion your games, man. Like, I don't know, it's so disrespectful to me that these stores that for the longest time, obviously they're trying to make money too, but you know, they put up these huge displays and they dedicate a lot of their storefront to their game section, and it's like, yeah, that channel doesn't matter anymore. Because I mean, the way some people hear, the way I would hear about a lot of games growing up was just word of mouth. I guess nowadays it's not really the same, but no, it still kind of is the same. I'm sure like you can still get lots of recommendations just purely by word of mouth, even if it's online, right? It doesn't have to just be like, oh, kids talking during lunch at school or whatever, or like chatting with randoms at GameStop, or like, oh, what are you playing these days? Whatever, blah blah blah. Or like if there's a cool employee, it can just be your friends online. That's how you hear about games. So, if you're but I guess the physical doesn't really matter at that point. Technically, that could, but yeah, still, word of mouth is important. My point was that word of mouth is important, and the more eyes you have on your games, the more displays there are in stores and physical stores. People, even just a parent seeing like, oh, my kid might like this, or like even just a parent who might not be a gamer anymore, seeing like, oh, I remember this franchise. Maybe my kid will like this. You know what? Let's get them this. Blah blah blah. I'm sure there were parents who spontaneously bought their kids consoles. At least I have friends who their first console they got like this spontaneously. Their parents were just like, they came home with a Nintendo 64. You know what? They're gonna love this because you know it's like two brothers. We're gonna get them some games to play. Back when it was like all the hotness, and yeah, man, that's not really gonna be a thing anymore.
which sucks. And you know, like those digital cards that they sell in stores of just like a digital code? That's rubbish. I don't want to get that as a gift. Now you're just getting like a gift, like you're just getting a happy birthday card as your person. Like, remember, opening gifts on Christmas or your birthday or whatever is a special thing. I mean, like opening a game, dude, and getting like a game, and it's like, wow. And that smell of the manual inside. And I don't know if I should have been sniffing that. This is very old. This game came out in 2004 to 2009. Wait, 2009. It was an 09 game. Okay, 2004 doesn't make any sense. The console wasn't out. But yeah, I mean, just opening it up, that's the sound of the shrink wrap, the smell of the game manual, reading the game manual. This is why I've been so off of collecting games since really like the 360 era, because they stopped being cool to me. But I fully understand people that still want to collect them, and I fully understand, because I don't have a bookshelf or anything, but I fully understand folks that do have a bookshelf and they want to display their games and they just want to have a nice physical thing to remind them of the game they like. It's cool to have that, even if it isn't as cool as it used to be, even if it doesn't come with a manual, or if it does come with a manual, you're lucky to get it in color. And, you know, even ever since like Call of Duty stopped, they started like punching out part of the plastic. Wait a minute, I might have it here actually. Let me see if I have a copy of an old Call of Duty game. No, I don't think I do. I gave it away. I used to have copies of some Call of Duty games, but I just gave them away, so I don't even have them anymore. But I remember it was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. The disc, behind the disc, it was plastic punched out just to save cents. To save cents on the production costs. Wild. Anyway, yeah, old physical games definitely are much more special to me, but it's also the part of gaming that I was more nostalgic about. So like, obviously, when you grow up with something, you're just more impressionable to that thing. I've probably said this before, but you know, obviously when you're growing up, right, your world is a lot smaller. And so if there's something that takes up a lot of your time or that you're passionate about during that era of your formative years when your world is smaller, it's just gonna stick out more in your own history, like when you think back on it. Compared to now, you know, as soon as you basically like get out of high school or college or whatever, once you start working, you know, your world gets so much bigger. Now there's all these different people in your world. You have all these different like, you know, friendships and relationships and acquaintances at work and all this stuff and blah, 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 and different stresses, and you might have bills and you don't have as much time to dedicate to whatever your hobbies were. Your world becomes bigger, and so now it's harder to get that kind of nostalgic connection to something. I mean, it would have to be much more special to build a nostalgic connection that you could look back on, I guess, once you're like in the middle of your life. However, it's hard for me to speak on that because I'm only 30, so like I still don't have, like once I'm 50, I'm curious to see what I'm nostalgic about from this age. I'm really curious to see what that feels like, because these days it's just what I'm just nostalgic about my grade school years pretty much. Anyway, so yeah, I'm nostalgic about specifically PS2 games and even PS1 games, but like I'm sure there's kids who grew up with just 360 and they're nostalgic about those games. I mean, a lot of 360 games still came with cool manuals, but just that's when it started. That was the beginning of the end, in my opinion. And then I didn't buy any PS4 games or Xbox One games, but I'm sure the trend continued of, you know, no color manuals, very thin manuals if you get anything, or just the paper that says, hey, here's some EULA stuff, like just some license agreement, whatever, nonsense. So, okay, continue here. Fourth space is, oh, I think I skipped messages. 100% agree, very anti-consumer. The next Xbox is looking like it's going to be more in line with the Steam machine, running on a version of Windows, and you believe they confirmed you'll be able to use Steam on it. Okay, it's just a PC then. Oh my gosh, yeah, there's really going to be, it's just going to be Nintendo. Wow, Nintendo's going to own physical storefronts. Digital has that redirect it to themselves and a little bit towards the devs themselves. If it's a good price, doubt, it could be good. Oh, the next Xbox? I probably will be expensive as hell. Honestly, Juan says, honestly, I still don't think my PS5 was worth it, but at least you can play on your PS4. Yeah, you can play your PS4 games as well. Exactly. Nice finish on the fight. Thank you. That was so long ago. We're going to continue gameplay in a sec, I promise. You really like how movies do physical and digital? When you buy the movie physically in store, you sometimes get a code for the digital version as an extra. Yeah, I've seen this with, actually, no, I think if you buy like a 4K Ultra HD DVD plus Blu-ray, it comes with 2 discs. But I know what you're talking about. Sometimes, yeah, you'll get the digital version as well, which is great. Just that's the best. That is very pro-consumer. Thinking on it, maybe that's why kids only play that stuff. Imagine trying to convince your parents to buy you an $80 game for their $900 console. Yeah, it could just be an economical thing. It's like, this shit's just getting so expensive. All they can do is play these NPC games. It's just Fortnite and whatever. The Natiba do seem like they started fussing with statues. I seriously can't believe I just noticed that. The angel head on his chest. The movie tie-in games. Fourth Space is basically intentional gatherings that typically bring people's digital interests to life. Basically a physical community for gamers and other things. Oh, interesting. I've never heard that term before. Instead of digital communities like Discord, which we rely on more now. Oh, they started fusing with statues. Okay. That's funny. DJ Gaming, the way I read that, when you said fussing, I was like, oh, that's kind of a creative way to say, like, I don't know, they somehow found a way to procreate with statues, which, you know, in my head, I was just like, that's kind of funny. But I see what you mean. Feels like the console companies are just working together now. They all work under the same boss. Shrisaru says, you know, the local game store you have history with barely even sells physical games anymore. It's basically only a card shop now, but you only went to it to play cards. Remember those manuals that advertise other games? Physical games, physical game guides, etc.? Yeah, man. Old physical game guides were so cool. I still have some of them from PS2 era. You think you still have copies of the original Halo franchise as well as your old Xbox and 360 games? I still have some of my 360 games, but a lot of them I gave away. You have a question. Stellar Blade Blood Rain will be self-published. Will Sony's new policy affect you in purchasing Stellar Blade Blood Rain? Their new policy? Are you talking about PC games? Because... Oh, Juan says, Blood Rain will be multi-platform day one. That's fantastic. That's great news. Because I will just pick it up on console. I mean, on PC anyway. Oh yeah, I didn't even talk about the freaking vinyls. I bought some vinyls recently. Because since I'm going to get a record player to listen to the Stellar Blade vinyl that I have back there, as well as I ordered the 6 vinyl set that's coming out early next year. I was like, I need to get a couple other vinyls because I don't want to test. I don't want to learn how to use a record player because I've never used one. I don't want to learn how to use a record player on one of my cool Stellar Blade vinyls. I'd rather just like, I just bought a random. So like I got some of my favorite albums. Picked up Slipknot's Iowa. This was only like $20, so pretty nice, $25. And it's like, look at how shiny this cover is. It's amazing. I believe the actual vinyl itself, I haven't even opened it yet. It's actually green. And then I just picked up like, I got Rust in Peace. This is my favorite Megadeth album. This was also very cheap. This one was like $21. I was happy with this. Look at how cool Dave Mustaine's hair used to be. Dave Lombard, David Ellefson, and the other guy. So I just got like some of my favorite albums, whatever, just to listen to on vinyl. Because actually, I also bought Pretentious headphones recently. They haven't come in yet, but there was a crazy deal on Sennheiser HD600s, and I picked them up for like $180. With tax, it came out to like $200, just under $200. And I was like, this is fantastic. So I'm getting like my first set of open backs. I've never owned open backs before, so I'm really excited to try that out. But I also picked up an amp and DAC because you kind of need these things with some of these headphones. But I found a really good deal on a used one. I picked up some JDS Labs, rather a JDS Labs audio stack. And yeah, my headphones actually arrive tomorrow. I'm going to be listening to a lot of music tomorrow. This will be a lot of fun. One and Repulse. Have I seen the Stellar Blade TCGs? Yeah, I actually bought 2 boxes of it. Oh man, I haven't found time to do anything, man. I did want to do videos or something on them, but I wanted to do YouTube shorts. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do some YouTube shorts, and I did show off some of my cards a few streams ago at the beginning. It would be timestamped. I don't remember which one it was, but it's like one of the very first. It's like literally the first timestamp. It might have been like 2 or 3 streams ago. I know it was after Blood Rain, and I've not been streaming very much, so there's not that many. But I do plan to open all of the packs in my second box, because I only opened 1 box on YouTube Shorts. That's the plan. I have to get to that. Let's knock him down. One, 2. Have I considered unboxing it live on stream? I'd rather do YouTube Shorts just because it's a nice... I can just do like 1 per short, you know what I mean? Just like do a series of them. What's nice about YouTube Shorts, when I used to do them a lot more, is that they're really good for exposure. Because there's like natural... there's natural exposure in doing YouTube Shorts because someone scrolling through them will just find, they'll just see stuff compared to like a stream, for example, on YouTube. You have to go out of your way to find it. And so there might be some new folks I can get into our channel if I just do some YouTube Shorts on them. One. I can do both. Well, I only have 24 packs left to open. So that's kind of the plan. I don't feel like fighting this again anyway. Or rather, ripping packs live on stream. Yeah, definitely not going to do that. That's just definitely not in the cards for me. Hey, Nicholas Barreto, thank you for tuning in. So glad Blood Ring will be on PC day one. As a lifelong Sony fanboy, you'll finally be getting a PC over the PS6. Can't wait to play OG Stellar Blade with mods too. Hell yeah. Yeah, if you live anywhere near a a micro center, I highly recommend subscribing to their updates and just keeping an eye on any deals. Because micro center, at least, I don't know about right now, but I remember at the end of last year and even early this year, you could still get good deals. Even just like you could still get like 32 gigs of RAM for like, you know, not great prices, but like okay prices. It wasn't super price gouged. And, you know, there's always deals on graphics cards and CPUs and stuff, so you just gotta keep an eye on them. 1 and 2, 3. I was really considering building another PC towards the end of last year, but it would have been so irresponsible. 1 and 2. Delay and... Kind of crazy to think about, though. Had I done that, it might have been a good idea, but at the same time, I don't really need it. I can just wait more. The longer you wait, even though we're in a crazy bubble right now, you know, the longer... 2 and 3, 4... The longer you wait, the better the tech will be. So, you know, at this point, I may as well just wait forever. Thank goodness, at least my graphics card is very modern. You know, the 5070 Ti that I have should last me still quite a while. It should last me quite a while. And most games are GPU bound these days anyway, so like I'm not even missing out on that much by not having like a nicer processor and, you know, better RAM and all that, whatever. What's the best ammo to use after Repulse? 1 and 2, 3. As far as, I mean, damage-wise would be explosive shells. Unless you're up close to them. Bam, bam, bam. If you're up close to them, basically, if you do a repulse, let's say it's Stalker, and you do a repulse, and, you know, they're up against the wall already, then you should just use your shotgun. As far as DPS goes, however, I would encourage you to just use the ammo that you have equipped, or just use whatever you feel like, because if it looks cooler. And I'll give you some examples right now. Because after a repulse, you have time to charge, like, a level 1 laser. And, you know, that shit just looks cool as hell. So I would say just do whatever you have equipped, or whatever you think looks cooler, or whatever you want to use to mix up your gameplay, so it doesn't feel stale. Oh, I still got hit there. That's okay, though. She might do a repulse right here. 1 and 2. There's the repulse. So like right here, right? Like actually she's close enough. Oh, I don't have laser, but you could do a level 1 laser. Here she's close enough, I could just use my shotgun. The shotgun is more DPS because it shoots faster, but it's basically the same damage, pretty much, as the explosive shell. So if you have the option, I would just go shotgun. Another thing you could do is you could just use a crosswave, because crosswave is a ranged attack. If you didn't know that, it does get buffed a little bit by repulse. 1, 2, 3. Hey, Kawasaki, thank you for tuning in. You only just swapped to PC 3 years ago and have a decent build. 4070, i5, 14400F. 32 gigawatts of DDR5 RAM, nice. But you have a devil on your shoulder telling you to splurge on a top-end build when the 60 series drops. I would just encourage you to build to whatever your needs are. That's pretty much always, that's good advice in general. Whatever your needs are, just build to that. One thing I would recommend getting out of your head is future-proofing. Future-proofing is honestly just a meme. There is no such thing as future-proofing. It's actually crazy to think about, because like if you think, oh, I'm gonna get the most expensive stuff right now, even if I might not need it, because that way I won't have to upgrade for longer. I don't think it's the correct way to think about building a PC. Granted, if you're rich and it doesn't matter anyway, if money is no object, then I guess you just get the best stuff anyway regardless. But if you build to your needs, you are going to get more satisfaction out of your build because it's going to accomplish what you set out to accomplish. And it's not going to be wasteful either. And earlier, 2, 3, 4, earlier I was talking about how, you know, technology just gets better over time. So like if you get a top of the line processor today, in 5 years, you know what, actually, I don't know, because the thing is, we've kind of reached a point where, at least with the graphics cards, I don't know about processors because I have not kept up on them, but at least with graphics cards, we're kind of approaching diminishing returns, which is why we've got like more emphasis on lighting and ray tracing now and AI features. But this is probably still good advice. Maybe you want to look more into that. But anyway, my point that I was going to make is, let's say you built a PC in 2010, and you used top-of-the-line components, and you paid an extra 50% costs to get these better components. Well, stuff that came out just 5 years later absolutely obliterated the stuff you bought, you know, in 2010. And so this is why I think it's better to just, you know, get what you need for what purpose you're trying to accomplish. And then when the thing is that by the time that you might need more, there's such better hardware available, you know, it just makes more sense to just build a new computer. And then you can repurpose that older one for whatever. You can give it away to somebody, give it away to a friend, give it away to like maybe like a niece or nephew that you have, or whatever. And if you have a kid, you can give it to your kid to play games. Or you can also just sell the components secondhand. You can just sell them on Facebook Marketplace. You can sell them on OfferUp. You can sell them on eBay. They still have value, right? To somebody. Maybe not to you anymore. Apple is a great example of this. If you need a MacBook, but you don't need the Pro, just get the regular MacBook, because trust me, they keep improving so much every single year, every 2 years, year over year. The stuff is getting so much better. You know, I bought an M4 Mac Mini last year, and it's crazy because like the improvements that they made, God, I'm not paying attention. The improvements that they made over the previous generations, it's incredible. Like it's like substantial. It's just like exponentially getting better each generation. And so it's like, if you can wait, just wait. You know what I mean? So yeah, like if you don't have a use for 64 gigs of RAM, you don't need to get 64 gigs. You can wait. You can always, especially RAM is like the easiest thing in the world to upgrade. You can just get that later. It does not matter. So yeah, that's what I would say. But also you can do whatever you want. And I'm just some asshole on YouTube, so you can also just tell me to go to hell. It doesn't matter. Gonna go to bed now. Take care, Juan. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying your flat out experience. 1 and 2, 3. Hey, Skyrie, thank you for tuning in. RAM was the easiest. Now it's hella expensive. Yeah, this is true. But what I meant by that, 1 and dodge. What I meant by that is that it's very easy to upgrade the physical aspect of it. Because it requires no effort. You basically just open your PC and just slot it in, and that's it. 1, 2. Compared to like, you know, if you want to upgrade your CPU, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, you got to remove your cooling system. You got to maybe remove other stuff potentially, depending on how it's set up. But there's more involved. Then you got to repaste. So there's all these things, right? Compared to just RAM is zero effort, pretty much. Your RAM kit is now worth triple what it was when you got it? That's crazy. You know, I wonder if it'd be worth it for me to like take out 32 gigs, because I have 64 gigs of RAM. I don't really need that much RAM. I'd probably be fine with 32. Bam, bam. The thing is, I used to edit more on my PC, but that's what my Mac is for. So since I have my Mac now, I don't really need RAM that hard. Bam, bam. I wonder if it would be prudent, or if it'd be like a good financial move, to get rid of 32 gigs of RAM and just sell it. I don't know, it's kind of crazy, because it's only DDR4. I don't really know how much it'd be worth. But, we're fine. I'll just leave it. You think the exception is RAM? Oh gosh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Belial. I should have given you more attention. I'm gonna continue. You think the exception is RAM? Doing multitasking while gaming is very quickly getting more and more intensive with newer games. 32 seems like it's a very good amount to have right now. Ah, okay. Yeah, I think that 16 is very small. That seems like a very small amount. I can't imagine having 16 gigs. When I built this PC in 2021, I got it with 32 gigs of RAM. A buddy of yours spent $10,000 just to upgrade his RAM, and is that in US dollars? Holy shit. $10,000? How much RAM does this guy have? What is he doing? Is he trying to, like, work for NASA or something? What speed is my 32 gigs? It's 3600 megahertz. I used to have my PC specs, this was only really, what game was it? For Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I had my PC specs in the description, but I don't do that anymore because, like, no one really asks me for that. I thought I might have had a hotkey for it. No, I don't even have a hotkey. It's a very rare question that someone asks me about my specs. But yeah, 3600 megahertz. I got the lowest possible CL timings I could find. Hey, Tazel, thank you for tuning in. I get to see you, dude. It's been a minute. How's USPS going? 1, 2, and 3. I saw that 1 and 2, 3, and 4. I saw that FDX video that I forget what the guy's name was, but somebody already reached God 8 in Tekken 8. That's pretty cool. 1, 2, and 3. And my favorite Ling Xiaoyu player, Mr. Croft, he just reached God 7. So I see that the pros are reaching the higher God ranks now, which made me think, like, man, I should really just hop on Tekken 8, play a little bit. I could probably achieve God 1 at least, or maybe, like, the rank before God 1 pretty easily if everything is shifting up that way, you know? 1 and bang, bang. Bam. Let's do a nice chain reflection 2 that is, and a rush chain. 1, 2, and 3. 1. Why did she not approach me? Damn you. I wasted my shield breaker a little bit there. 1. Wait, you're a Xiaoyu player too? My man, yes I am. I exclusively played Xiaoyu in Tekken 7, and I've exclusively played her in Tekken 8. But I've wanted to mess around with Brian just because I think Brian's like the coolest shit ever. I'm a fan of Brian, I'm a fan of Dragunov. But to be honest, I'm a fan of Dragunov just because I love JDCR. So, for me, it's less the character. But I think Brian is super cool. But yeah, just Xiaoyu. Oh god, why didn't I... Oh, I think... Did my attacks get disabled? I'm just gonna continue. I wasn't fully paying attention there. My burst and beta might have been disabled. Because I swear, I tried to do an overdrive. Because I wanted to interrupt that. I don't think I was able to do an overdrive. It's okay, though. He went to 128 gigs of DDR5. Wow. He develops apps that use advanced AI models. And his development kit is very RAM hungry. That's wild. But at least he has a use for it. So, he has a use for it. So I get it. I get it. Going good. Work is the same. SSDD. Same shit, different day. First stream in a good bit. Yeah, dude, I thought you might have lost your YouTube login or something, man. I was worried about you. 1, 2. I'm just kidding, though. I know you would never lose your login because I know you use a password manager because you're a responsible adult. Confirmed. I know Taz uses a password manager. 1 and 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Blink. Hear you been busy yourself lately? This is the first room you could make. Just enjoyed part 2 of the new summer event in Nikkei, which is the first summer event in that game. 1 and 2, 3. You know, for a little bit, I was a bit of a Nikkei player myself. And just imagine I say that as Norman Osborn. Norman Osborn. We did have our little... Was it 2 streams? Did I do 2 or 3 Nikkei streams? I don't remember. I think I did 2. I do plan to re-download Nikkei. Whenever I get a Steam controller, if I get one, I'm curious to see if it works. Like how it would work on Nikkei. 1, 2, and 3. After this... Oh, by the way, Taz, you should have been here. I spent like 30 minutes talking about physical games and what it means for the next generation. But anyway, that was after our Stalker fight, I think. No, it was after our Gigas fight. Or at the beginning of Gigas, that's what it was. Yeah, during Gigas I was talking about it a lot. 1 and... Nice. But anyway, after this, I'm going to play some RE4. I have a new goal in Resident Evil 4 that I started a couple days ago. And that goal is... I'll talk about it once we get there, but basically I'm trying to unlock the RPD outfit. I had no idea you can unlock the Resident Evil 2 RPD outfit in RE4. Genuinely had no idea. Until recently, until this week, I learned about it. Nice, repulse. Bam, bam, bam. That should put us to phase 3. There it is. 1 and 2. I'm gonna keep charging here. So while they're, you know, changing phases, just keep attacking to build a little bit more beta. You could also charge burst that way. I went between them. Wow. Nice. 1 and 2. Nice crits. That was really good. One, 2, and 3. One, 2, and 3. That was a cool way to end it. That was pretty cool. Oh, another thing, Tazel. I picked up a copy of this game called MagnaCarta. Do you know about this RPG series? Do you know about this shit? I feel like you'd know about this shit because you're the type of guy that'd be into this shit. Because it's a Japanese RPG, and yeah, if you didn't know, Kim Hyung-tae himself worked on the art for this. On the back, it actually says stunning photorealistic imagery and character designs by Kim Hyung-tae. Well, I showed it earlier. Yeah. Anyway, I still don't know what I'm gonna do with this game, but I definitely gotta at least record a YouTube short opening it and talking about like I gotta research more into it and see if anybody else from Shift Up worked on this. I just know about you know, Kim Hyung-tae, of course, but I gotta look into it. Honestly, I'm probably gonna end up buying the freaking PS2 game, dude. I'm just gonna spend the $100 because it's somehow related to Stellar Blade, and so it's in my head it's easier to justify. Somehow, some way, I feel like I can justify it. And, like, I don't know, man. I think it'd be worth it. Because it'd be cool to play it legitimately without emulating it. 1, 2. I mean, I wouldn't really mind emulating it, but I'd rather play it on actual hardware. One, back up. Bam, bam. GG's very clean, I appreciate that, thank you. Hey, Obama Orb, very soon, we're gonna have a GG emoji that you'll be able to use, which I posted in the members chat on Discord. 1, 2, 3, double jump. I messed that up, it's okay. 1, 2, and 3, delay, and 4. Overhead. You've seen that game? Never played yourself? Let us know how it is. So my plan is to at least start it on stream. I should at least start it on stream. But I don't know if I'm going to commit to doing a whole playthrough. You know what I should do? I'll look up how long it is, like I'll just see other accounts. If the game is under 50 hours, I'll try to do a full playthrough. But I gotta beat Wuchang, which I haven't done yet. Kind of upsetting. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's down her here. She did the repulse, okay. We'll take that. More energy for me. Shoot the weak point. I kind of wasted an overdrive there, huh? That's okay, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Land and dodge. Since you don't play Persona, you don't need to worry about missing out on that collaboration. Oh, you guys are still talking about Nikkei? I see, I see. Wait, they're collaborating with Persona? That's kind of cool. Which, Persona 5 probably? If I were to guess. Agatoki, you're saying that work was okay? You wanted to paint your baseboards. But you don't have the right to paint. Maybe you also don't have the right pain. Maybe you gotta be in a certain type of pain to find the motivation to do that. Oh god, I'm out of ammo? Hang on a sec. If I search around here, I'm sure I can find ammo somewhere. I'm just gonna move on. I mismanaged my ammo there, that's crazy. That never happens. I needed to play. The reason I booted up Stellar Blade today, the main reason I felt like streaming especially was because I haven't streamed. I have aspirations to stream every day. Literally, I promise. Every single day during work, I'm like, I want to stream today. And then I get home and I crash. And even today, dude, I slept so well. I got like 10 hours of sleep and I got home and I crashed. But not for as long, so that's good. I slept for like an hour and a half. And I got up and I was like, you know what, let me just stream today. Number one, because I wanted to talk about the physical games thing. And then number two, because I gotta at least play Stellar Blade once a week. Otherwise, I'm gonna get so rusty. I mean, it's already bad enough playing as little as I do. But whatever, I'm doing what I can. 1, 2, and 3. What's it like to get 10 hours of sleep? It was kind of weird, 1 and 2, because it just like passed by so quickly, and I didn't expect to sleep that long. I kind of just fell asleep again. So how it worked out, 1, 2, and 3, is that I got home, I tried so hard not to crash, so I ended up staying up, and I was watching the Yankees game. I ended up staying awake for a little bit longer, but then I did end up crashing too early. And when I woke up in the middle of the night, I think I was awake for like 30 minutes, and then I just completely fell back asleep, and I just slept another 5 hours or whatever it was. So it was like one of these crazy continued sleep type of nights. So, but it was good. Like, I felt really awake when I got up. But apparently, 1, 2, and 3. Apparently, it still wasn't enough. You guys know I'm doing orientations for my school next week. It's kind of weird. I just started working there. But the guy who usually does orientations, is going on, like, he's going on vacation suddenly. So now I'm just getting crash course on doing orientation. I should get paid extra for this, man. This is bullshit. 1, 2. I'll replay Raven. I will retry this one. This was something that just happened yesterday. But anyway, what was I talking about before that? I don't remember. Anyway, we're playing Stellar Blade here. Let's get a good Raven fight in. Let's get a good Raven. That way I can go into my RE4 gameplay not feeling so guilty. 1 and 2. One, 2, and 3. 5 string? Wow. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. Delay and... She doesn't do that often in phase 1. Oh, that was clean. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was really clean. Honestly, those aerial hits are not super easy to get on Raven just because she's so short. You've been sleeping so poorly? Oh no, Obama Orb. It's very hot here and you're on night shifts, so you gotta sleep in the hot days. Oh wow, that sucks ass. That sounds like it sucks ass from a straw. I would not want to do that. Because, well, if you can get some really good blackout curtains, I'm sure you definitely have blackout curtains. 1 and 2. So that at least makes it feel like nighttime. Bam, bam. But at least, as far as the temperature goes, that does suck. I don't even know what to do about that. 1 and 2. I was trying so hard to maintain that retribution. I could have ended phase 1 there so many times. Ah, well. Hey, Lunatic, thank you for tuning in. In gacha games, you know what I learned recently, Tezo? I did not know this, but did you know gacha? In my head, for the longest time, I don't know where I heard this, but I thought gacha was like, got ya, like, gotcha, I got your money. But apparently, gacha is actually, I think it's, what? Oh god, I forgot already. I believe it's a portmanteau of the sound that the gacha machines make. Like the actual onomatopoeia sound of them, like when you turn the dial or whatever. Or wait, maybe that's all it is. I think that's all it is. Oh, gacha is short for gachapon. That's what it is. So gachapon is, number 1 is the sound. 1 and 2. So it's the sound that it makes. And then pon is the sound of the toy, I guess, falling to the bottom of the machine. Someone might want to fact check me. But I believe that's what it actually is. 1 and 2. 1, 2. Hey, Solo Wing Buddy, thank you for tuning in, man. Good to see you again. 1, 2, and 3. You felt the same as when you learned Japanese? People laugh with WWW? Are you serious? Wait, really? 1 clash? Because it looks like grass, and their word for grass sounds like laughing. You know what's so funny about that is that, you know what's crazy is that a lot of Asian languages just have cool ways to type, like, haha. For example, 1, 2. I know that in Thailand, in the Thai language, 5 is the same sound as ha. And so they type ha 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 as 555. That's one of them. But then in Korean, they also use... Oh wait, I'm lying. They use other things. I was gonna say WW, so that's something else. I was thinking of GG. For GG, they can use WW, but not haha. Because on a keyboard, the character that is like a J, basically, that you would use to type out GG in Korean phonetically, 1 and 2, is on the W key. And so you can just press W. If you don't feel like switching languages to Korean, you would just press W because it's what the J key is. So that's GG though. If you're typing GG, like I know this from playing StarCraft, so people type WW at the end. But when I was playing StarCraft, I was such a tryhard because I would switch my language to Korean and I would actually type in JJ, just the J sound. because it looks more native that way. Because if you're a real Korean, you don't bother typing the vowel for E. So you don't type GG, you just type JJ, which is like GG. Anyway. It felt kind of cool doing that. Back in the day. 1. But yeah, in Korean you can also type K. Just the K character. You can type the K or the H character. They use either one. Dodge. I didn't dodge. Isn't J the equivalent to H for Spanish speakers? Yeah. In a lot of words, yes. So you could type haha with J's. And that you would use that, yes. You would use that. Who uses KEK? I couldn't tell you. I have no idea. I have seen that before in internet chat rooms, but that's not a Korean thing for sure. Because Korean is just the letter K. 1, 2. One, 2. You're learning. 1, 2. Delay and 3 and 4. What did I die to? Did I die to Tempest? 1 and Repulse. I think I did die to Tempest. That's not good. Anyway, it's okay. It's getting so late. I just want to play a little bit of RE4. 1, 2. Nice. 1, 2. Let's go for counter chain 2. I'll probably get like a good 30 minutes of RE4. Bam. So not a very long stream, but at least a 2-hour stream. 1, 2. Delay and 3 and 4. One, 2, and dodge. Blink. Okay, we're trying to preserve the retribution. Okay, I think we got it. This should be phase 2. There it is. Hell yeah. One. I love this song. This is why, dude, how sick would it be if Stellar Blade, they're not going to anymore probably, but if Stellar Blade did collaborate with Tekken, can you imagine having this as like on your jukebox and you could set it to whatever stage? Oh, that'd be so badass. You could probably still do that on PC. I'm sure on PC you could set whatever stage music to whatever you want, thanks to mods. But yeah, the Tekken Jukebox is such a great feature. I love the Tekken Jukebox, man. It's so good. I wish more games had that. One, 2. I'm gonna down him again. Ace Combat 7, as expected. Yeah, Solo Wing Buddy is the Ace Combat guy. He's like the master. However, when I see AC, I honestly think of Assassin's Creed. Oh yeah, a new Assassin's Creed game came out today. But it's just an old Assassin's Creed game. I know that they just released the pirate one. And my friend was telling me that it has a microtransaction store. What? I didn't look into it myself, but he said there's microtransactions and like a store that updates every week or something. But it's just Assassin's Creed. It's kind of weird. But it's also Ubisoft, so I don't put anything beyond them. I don't put anything above them. 1 and blink. Yeah, Black Flag resynced. Yes, Black Flag. Bam, bam, bam. One, 2. Okay, this should kill, maybe. We're close. Let me see, can I kill him here? Bam, bam. Nice. That's Providence, our boy. Pretty much a dead company to you since Valhalla. I've never liked Ubisoft. Since I was born. Pretty much. I've also played like none of their games though. I played the first Assassin's Creed, that's the only one I played. I played, well, I liked Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and 2. I like those games actually. Yeah, those are Ubisoft published as well. But honestly, that was such a different era. I don't even think of those games as Ubisoft, to be honest. Because they were actually good. In my opinion. Had so much fun playing Terrorist Hunt back in the day, dude. Oh my gosh. Just Terrorist Hunt co-op was a blast. Oh, what a great game. Omni Slash. You know, how is there not a Cloud mod? There should be a Cloud from Final Fantasy VII skin for Eve in this game, because then you could do the Omni Slash as Cloud. That'd be awesome. Anyway, there's our slight practice for today. I played for a little bit over an hour, so hey, that's something. Hell yeah, we remember the controls. Now it's time to move on to RE4, because I really feel like playing RE4. So anybody who's tuning in just for Stellar Blade, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I'll try to be live again this weekend. Probably, maybe early Saturday if I can. I would love to stream early Saturday because I'm gonna be watching Norway when they go on. By the way, I'm all in on Norway. Oh my gosh, I didn't even talk about the World Cup. I forgot to. But Colombia's out. I'm very sad. It ended in penalties, which made me very, very unhappy. And the Yankees lost that day, so I was like double sad. Maybe that's been contributing to my hypersomnia actually, because the Yankees have been terrible. That's honestly probably a reason I've been sleeping more. I've just been less happy because my Yankees are doing so poorly. They did win today, thank goodness. That was nice. And we get an all-star break soon, so there will be no baseball tormenting me very soon for a week. But the Yankees will come back. We're going to get Aaron Judge re-imaged over the all-star break, and hopefully his fractured rib thing isn't as bad as we think it is. Regardless, Colombia's out. Germany's out, which wasn't a huge surprise. I wasn't that surprised by Germany going out just because all the vets on Germany retired basically like after 2018. So like the team has been a lot younger. Like in 2022, like the 2022 World Cup, that team was also weaker. So just as these players get older, so like all the greats are gone. So I still believe in Musiala though. I still think he's the future. He just needs more time. So maybe next World Cup they'll be good again. But yeah, Germany, I never saw them as much of a contender. But it was still fun to watch. Colombia, I was pretty disappointed that we lost because like that game we had many chances. We had many, many chances. And now at this point, I'm just all in on Norway because I think Erling Haaland is by far the most exciting player to watch this World Cup. Far and away. However, the Argentina games have been crazy. But I'm rooting for Norway. They haven't been in a World Cup since 1998. They deserve it so much more than all these other fucking countries that have multiple titles. Argentina they do not need another title. They're good. I think Messi, he's good. Especially he just won the Euro Cup. So I'm good off that. I was happy for him with his recent success, but it does not need another title. I would love to see Norway win. So that's for me personally, I'm all in on Norway. So that'll be on Saturday at 5 p.m. Check it out. There's also I think there was there's also who else is playing on Saturday? That's like the main game I'm focused on. But there's 2 games on Saturday. It's crazy, man. Yesterday there was no World Cup, which was very weird to have no soccer in an entire 24-hour period. Because for like the past 3 weeks, it's just been soccer every day. So I just wanted to get that off my chest. I need to talk about that. Anyway, let's get into RE4. It's time for some RE4. What am I doing today in RE4? I'm trying to unlock the RPD costume for Leon. I had no idea this was in the game. Genuinely, until this week, I did not know it was unlockable. But you can unlock the RPD costume, his Resident Evil 2 costume, by playing a lot of mercenaries. You have to get at least an S+ rank with every character on every map. Which I had never thought to do, because there's some characters I just don't really like playing as. Like, basically Krauser. I don't really enjoy playing as Krauser, because I don't like his SMG. I don't like his melee. I don't really care too much for his ultimate, although it's cool, but it's so short. So it's just good for taking out boss enemies, pretty much. So, and I don't really like his music either. It's not bad. I guess I just don't really like Krauser. I don't really like him. Whereas I like everybody else. I don't mind. I'll play as Luis. Although Luis is pretty tough. Like his moveset. His kit isn't as powerful as everybody else's, I feel like. But I could just be uninformed. Maybe his because what he does is he lays down a mine. Check it out. It says Luis has, during mayhem mode, he can set dynamite with R3. And you can shoot it or it explodes after a certain amount of time. So I think it'd be really, really powerful if you could press the button again to detonate it. But you have to shoot it, which is kind of tough because his pistol is the Red 9. Not my favorite pistol in this game. I like the Red 9 more in original RE4. In this game, I basically don't use it. I prefer Punisher and Blacktail, or even the base pistol. So, but I think we'll do some Krauser first, because Krauser's, look at his kit. It's just this shitty SMG with 30 ammo. Ada Dress, I don't really use ever either, because although she has my favorite sniper, she's also an SMG user, which I don't really like using TMP in these games. At least hers is 50, so it's a lot better. Compared to this is only 30. Like, that's so brutal, dude. 50 over 30 is a big difference. Yeah, we kind of suck. Yeah, Germany it wasn't in the cards for Germany this World Cup, but that's okay. Honestly, maybe even next Euro Cup, they might be a bit better. And speaking of German players, you know, Luis Diaz on Colombia was really good, I thought, this World Cup. And he's been playing for Bayern Munich. Also, funnily, what's that guy's name from England? Oh my gosh, I don't watch the England games, but he's like their star player. It's not Rooney. What's the new Rooney? I forget his name. Oh my gosh, I cannot think of his name right now. Harry Kane. Harry Kane, I thought has gotten so much better since he's also started playing for Bayern Munich. And I didn't really like watching him in previous World Cups. I was not a fan. But now it's like, oh my gosh, this guy's actually kind of good. So that's been interesting. Bayern Munich will just transform players. It's incredible. Did I do the Wordle? I did do the Wordle at the beginning of the stream, yes. You've had a single 7-1 game and everything else was not great. Unless you're entirely misinformed, but you're not that interested in sports anyway. Yeah, if you don't follow it, I mean... But basically, the team is just young right now. They just need time. That's all they need. Going into the World Cup, I didn't really see Germany winning. It was just not really realistic. Yeah, that's insane. Colombia and the Yankees losing. It's been a rough week for me in the sports department. It's been very rough. Jude Bellingham and Harry Kane are going to bring it home, trust. Oh yeah, because you're in the UK. Hey man, I'm excited for you. At least you still have your team in there. I'm your sleep background noise, by the way. But you heard World Cup talk. I respect it. So you just like got up. Immediately did a sit-up in bed. Let's get into some gameplay. So yeah, I'm trying to get an S plus rank. How do you get an S plus rank? I think that the minimum score required is 500,000, which is not even that hard to do. Like I did Village the other day, so now I'm gonna move on to Castle. Oh yeah, I did Castle with Krauser. So let's try to get all the Krauser stages out of the way, because I think he's definitely my least favorite character. But maybe by playing as him more, I will learn to like him a little bit more. I don't know. Okay. So like the thing with his melee is it's just really short range, dude. It is, especially because I'm used to playing Ada. It is such short range. He fell over, so I didn't get my melee. That's crazy. At least his SMG is pretty strong though. Sometimes I will just get those random critical hits. Oh my gosh, Obama Orb. I know you're just listening. I know you're trying to sleep. But you know what something I learned about recently is? I didn't realize this was a possibility. But on the Steam controller, you can actually set your the grip sense. So like, you know when you let go of the controller, you can set that to do a 180. So if you're playing like an FPS or something, you could let go of the controller with one hand, or just like let go of the back 4 fingers and do a 180 real quick. That's kind of cool. Bam. Let's get some of these spiders out of the way here. Nice, that was a good collateral. Okay, another good collateral, let's go. I'm gonna show off the mayhem mode right now. Once I get this boss in front of me. He's upstairs. He'll come down. Here he is. Okay, check this out. Check this shit out. It just one-shots everything. It's insane. Get another one. But unfortunately, you just get 2 uses out of it, so not much. It's very useful for the boss waves, because it'll one-shot any of the boss enemies. Alternatively, instead of doing that stinger attack like I did, you can also just... Ow. You can just start attacking, but I don't think it's as powerful. Excuse me. I do kind of like that Sparta kick that he does. You know, I was just thinking about the movie 300 the other day. This, dude, 300, when it came... That movie was so huge. It was, like, unbelievably big. When it came out, it felt like a Star Wars movie came out. It was like that kind of... Not scope, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like, that kind of magnitude. Oh, dear. Nice. Also, I'm trying to ideally keep a streak of 150. Or my streak going so I get a total of 150 streak. But I often mess it up. Especially towards the end. We'll see what we can do. This guy's an RPG in close quarters. That's so suicidal. Are you crazy? I'd be terrified to even hold an RPG in like a close quarters area like this, that hallway. Honestly, it'd be pretty scary just to hold an RPG in general, even if you are in an open, like in an open field. Oh gosh, no, please die. The hell with it, let's do this. That was good, that was a very good arrow. By the way, you do have iframes when you do melees, so... 300 is like Rise of an Empire? Wait, what's Rise of an Empire? Is that another movie that I don't know about? Could you train the zombies like in Call of Duty and hit them all at once? You can do stuff like that, kind of. I messed up my streak. God. Ah, damn. It's okay. You don't need a perfect streak to get an S+, but, you know, it is better, obviously. Alright. Good parry. I didn't even see him, but I heard it coming, so... Okay, we're close to the next boss wave. This time it's 2 boarhead guys. They should be above me again. Oh, there's one in front of me already. There we go. Let's line this up. Nice. You can see the range on it is pretty crazy. Alright, that was good. That was efficient. Boss wave done. Moving on. You know what? Let's mix it up. I'm gonna run away. There, I could have either dodged or I could have done what I did, which is go for the knife attack. Because when you knife enemies on the floor to stop them from transforming, you get iframes, so I have invincibility, just like as if you were doing a regular melee. Ow. Yeah, if you get a perfect parry in this game, you get a free melee follow-up. But you can also just get like a block, and at least you won't take damage. There I just crouched. In this game, if an enemy is approaching you with both hands, oh my gosh. You can crouch and you will avoid their grab. Oh god. Nice, that guy died. I'll throw a grenade actually. That didn't do much damage. You know, in that situation, normally I would say, let go of me, I'm a woman. But I'm not a woman, I'm Krauser. So that joke doesn't work anymore. Get rid of RPG guy here. Okay. We're close. We're at 100 enemies. Down. Wait, what happened to that guy? He just dropped his Molotov? That was actually kind of inconvenient because I wanted to get the melee there. Anyway, there's two boar's head guys. Again. Here's one of them. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. I pressed L1. I need both of them together. Here they are. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Alright, that's everything down. I'm gonna heal again. I've only got 1 G herb. That's not good. I think there's health up here somewhere. So let's quickly explore. Yeah. Oh, this is a flashbang. Damn it, that's not an herb. Keep my streak alive. Please leave me alone, dude. Maybe I'll find some health in here. I got a hand grenade. That is not health. Barely kept my streak alive. Nice. Collateral. And I hear the spiders. Throw my grenade. Perfect. I was saving some flashbangs just for this, because the last spider wave is very scary. I was not going to deal with that. When you throw a flashbang, it does kill all the spiders, so that's like your best response, really. Oh, here we go. I got a first aid spray. Perfect. Now I feel much more... I feel safer. Alright, that works. Throw another one. Alright, now I'm gonna drop down. Bam, bam. Grab this. Oh no, see, that would have been a kill, but unfortunately he transformed into a Plaga, so I lost my streak. It's okay though. That was cool. I died? I was that low on health? This is what I mean, man. I'm so bad with Krauser. I was not situationally aware. And that's only an S, so I gotta do it again. No, don't register that score. I don't want that score online. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is 500k. Damn it. We gotta do it again. I don't like playing as Krauser. Expedition 33 is UE5, and that runs really well. Never had any issues. Yeah, that game is awesome. That game has great use of frame gen and DLSS. It even runs decent on Steam Deck. Like, I wouldn't play it on Steam Deck, but, you know, you can, definitely. I mean, oh my gosh. Probably, if you're, like, really good at Expedition 33, you could probably just play that game on Steam Deck. Even the lower frame rate wouldn't really bother you too much. But I am not, so I kind of feel woefully, like, unequipped if I'm not playing at, you know, my usual 120. Just restart it. I lost my streak already in the first 2 seconds. We were only 5 kills in, so whatever. Don't know about NVIDIA DLSS, but with your 6900 XT... Oh yeah, AMD cards. Yeah, I can't speak on AMD cards. I really don't know anything. So I have no idea. But, yeah, I honestly just don't know. Nothing to add there, unfortunately. I mean, I don't know if I would ever build an AMD build, to be honest. Because I've never been a fan. Like, until recently. Only in recent times, ever since Intel stopped caring as much about, like, gaming, I was like, you know what, I would get an AMD CPU, but I still wouldn't really get an AMD GPU, just because I don't know. I have too much history with NVIDIA. I mean, I just love their software as much. Even if the company isn't, like, they're kind of not great anymore. They're not as cool as they used to be, that's for sure. There's, like, all sorts of weird stuff with NVIDIA. I mean, their products are still really good, so I enjoy using them. I don't know. Thank goodness. Okay, I was about to restart if I had lost my streak there. Let's reel it in. This attempt did not start great. Okay, we're back. We're all the way back. He just said, I'm gonna bathe in your blood in Spanish. Literally. Ow. Hold on. Where's the boss? Oh, I didn't know you can blow up. Number one, I did not know you can blow up barrels in his transformed state. That's kind of interesting. But number two, I really botched that. You see this position I got put in? That was horrendous. And now I'm wasting health this early into this attempt. This does not feel great. What? That guy tried to leapfrog his friend? I have never seen that. I gotta rewatch that. That was really weird. I played kind of a lot of mercenaries. I've never seen that. Oh, that was cool. That guy was trying to grab me, but he got stunned by the fire, so he let go. He tried to leapfrog his buddy. Ow. Okay, let's grab some more ammunitions. I need to get some more health and all these things. I lost my streak. I'm gonna keep going though. Oh, you see what I mean? That would never happen with a pistol. I just wasted that barrel because I was trying to kill this or shoot this guy with the RPG. And a stray bullet hit the barrel. Oh dear. Well, that's alright. Let's reload this. And then come up here. The thing is, I can still get an S+ easily if I just make it to the end. Even if it's not optimal. Okay. Spiders. Oh gosh, you see this? You see this shit? First kill that one. Then kill this one. Hang on. Actually, this is fine. Wait, I'm just gonna drop down. I need space. I gotta reload and I need space. Don't grab that, because I'm still full on mayhem mode. As long as the spiders die. Okay, now we're back. Oh, goodness. Now I got a golden chicken egg? Oh, hell yeah, that was an incredible drop. That's a full heal. I lost another streak. This is not going well. But I'm getting a lot of healing items, so I should survive. Actually, I think I'll go the distance, Hercules. That was a good collateral. That was a good collateral. Okay. New boss wave. This time I'm going to make the most out of my... what's it called? My mayhem mode. Are they together? They are together. Here we go. Oh no, that would have been the perfect opportunity. I gotta get them in a line again. Please follow me. I lost another streak. This is so poor. This is so weak. Just start by healing. I'll use my egg. Ooh, that was close. I was worried there for a moment because, you know, you have invincibility frames during your melee attacks, but as soon as you exit them, you're vulnerable again. And so, that guy threw the... Did you see that? He threw the dynamite through this little opening. That's impressive, but I just shot it through the opening, which I think is more impressive. Hold on. I'm out of here. Okay, I gotta keep whatever streak I have going now because... I mean, if you finish all 150, you'll get an S plus at least, but my score is gonna be so low. I just can't have that. I'm gonna end up doing this again just to get a better score one day. But for now, my goal is just to unlock the RPD outfit. That's all I want. Ow. He called me useless. That's funny. I'm full. He really fired the RPG right there. Thank goodness for those iframes. Okay, we're about to hit another boss wave at 100. Of course he transforms. Okay, here's another double boss. Let's reload my SMG. Alright, here we go. This is perfect. Did I get the one behind me? I didn't. At least I killed both of them, though. So, it kind of ended up working out. Okay, this is ridiculous. I'm gonna throw a flashbang here. Yeah, this is not like the Ada experience. When you're playing as Ada, dude, you just have so many tools. I feel so limited playing as Krauser. I really do. His melee is just nowhere near as good. I mean, not just the fact... Oh, God. Throw a big grenade, actually. Do that one. Oh, yeah, that was good. Anyway, not only is his melee, like, you know, less range, but it just doesn't have the same width. You know what I mean? Like, it's not... It doesn't feel like it covers as much ground. So I don't get the same... I still get some collaterals, but not as much as Ada, you know? Throw another one. I did not dodge in time. Stop it, stop it. Good barrel, good barrel. You're here, okay. Please. No, I missed completely with that. Alright, whatever. I lost my streak again. I completely missed. That was brutal. Don't die. I have no more heals. What do I do here? Just run away. Okay, just don't die. Oh, I'm at no health. Don't get hit by a random projectile. You're alive. Just kill him with the SMG. Okay. I almost got too cute. I was like, let me kill him with the bow and arrow. No, that's it. That'll at least be an S+ by a good amount. Barely 1,000,000 points. At least we completed it. So we're done with Krauser on this stage for the time being. I guess I'll upload it, whatever. I am not good with this character. I'm really, really bad with this character. I don't even know if I'm mentally prepared to do docs right now with this character, man. GG's, thank you, thank you. Almost 6 AM again. One might say your sleep schedule is effed. I think this qualifies. Yeehaw, indeed. Never had any hardware issues with AMD to this day. Gotta say, their software is one of the worst things that have ever existed. I have zero experience. The only experience I have with AMD was back when I had one ATI graphics card, but that's it. But this was so long ago, like, PC gaming was so not what it is today, basically. Because this was late 2000s. Okay, we've moved on from Island. I think I'm gonna just do a different character, because I just gotta mix it up. Let's do Ada. Let's do Ada Dress, because I have some work to do. I still gotta get an S+. Honestly, I gotta do all 3 stages here. I gotta do Castle, Island, and Docks as Ada Dress. Because I mostly play as Ada regular. But Ada Dress, let's do Castle first. Here's the difference. So Ada Normal, this is her loadout. She's got a pistol, shotgun, and the explosive arrows, which are fantastic. Ada Dress, you don't have a pistol, which I don't love, especially because it just doesn't play into her melee. Like her kit, part of her kit is the melee. You have the hook shot, so you can do long range melees, but that's harder to do with a TMP. Obviously, like the SMG doesn't have the same range or precision, but you can still get some. So you end up doing more close range melees. But yeah, I don't like having a non-precise weapon. However, she does get the sniper, which is amazing, and she gets an RPG, which is ridiculous. So that'll at least completely cancel out one boss wave. The downside, though, to having an RPG is that it takes up all this space. So I'm gonna run out of space very quickly. You'll see. And by the way, the Eve mod does not work for this skin. It's just for the regular one. But at least the music is still awesome. So like even that was too close range to do a hook shot. But that is just far enough. So like you can still get them, but it's definitely not as easy with a pistol. Oh my gosh. It's not as easy as with a pistol. With the pistol, it's just guaranteed, you know? But compared to Krauser, her TMP is quite nice because it does have a capacity of 50. So I'm not as stressed out about it, you know? That was a very cool combo. Unfortunately, I killed him a little bit too slowly. Should I restart? I'll restart once. We're close enough. We're under 10 kills. I'll just restart, just on the off chance that I get a full combo. But I don't want to make it a habit of restarting. Nice, that was very efficient. I managed to open up the that loot box with my kick. Damn it. You know, this was something that I've been playing a little bit recently on my Steam Deck, and it runs okay, surprisingly. Despite being a very modern game, this runs at like around 40 FPS. And actually some sections, if you're in a darker bit of the map, that's not what I mean. I mean, if you're in a more enclosed space on a map in general, if it's not open area, you know, you get closer to 60 FPS. It's like, it's playable, but it's not amazing. So I would do a little bit of Mercenaries. I have been doing a little bit of Mercenaries during my breaks at work, but not like, I so much prefer this, right? Of course I do. But that's also because, you know, a lot of my aiming is tied to having a smooth frame rate. So I feel like my aim is kind of bad on Steam Deck. But if I'm just going for a lot of melees, it doesn't really matter. Like with Krauser, I was trying out Krauser. That's how I did my castle run on Steam Deck. And, you know, just because I'm so imprecise anyway with the TMP, it didn't feel like it mattered that much. But I wouldn't play with like a pistol character on Steam Deck. I don't know. Maybe I could get used to it. Or maybe all I need is to play with my controller on Steam Deck, which I could do too. I could also do that. I don't want to take my controller to work, you know? It's kind of weird. It's too much to carry is what I mean. Now there's like all this stuff in my bag, so I just use the integrated controls on the Steam Deck. Nice. Okay, here we got a Gloria Las Plagas guy, which I'm going to want to kill ASAP. There we go. Ow. No, you stunned me. Oh man, I could have gotten one more kill for 6k. That's alright. Let go of me, I'm a woman! Alright, where is this barrel? There's a barrel up here to shoot this trebuchet guy. Nice. Good range. That was nice. It's just harder to do with TMP. It's so inaccurate, man, I swear. Okay, we'll take it. Ooh, well, that was just luck. I just happened to be shooting in front of me and it hit the hatchet. But we'll take it. Better lucky than good, as I always say. Oh my gosh, I can't see him. Just kill someone. I'm gonna lose my streak. Keep it alive. Let's go back here. Don't need that right now. There we go. That might have been the last guy. Let's do the cool animation again. Wait, not quite. I want the long one. The long range, dramatic one. So if you get someone on their knees and they're back turned to you, you get this awesome kind of like, not a bicycle kick, but I'll try to do it right here. Somersault, that's not what I want. There we go, this is the one. She gave me the hook shot instead. I'll try to show off what I'm talking about though. There we go. You also reload very fast. So the benefit of Mayhem mode with Ada is that you deal way more damage and you reload super fast and your headshots give you a ton of points. So if you get a headshot, you get 6,000, which is amazing. So ideally, you would have a lot of enemies grouped up to then, you know, subsequently go crazy on your score. But it's harder to do with the TMP as well. Compared to with a pistol, you know, you can just get a bunch of headshots real fast. Oh my gosh, again. Let me heal. He's dead. Please let me shoot your legs out. Oh gosh, just use this. Another boss wave already? And it's Gloria Las Plagas guy? They're over there, perfect. Let's knock this out. You know what, I'm not gonna go RPG, just kidding, I lied. I didn't get many points there, but it was a necessity. I had to make sure that I killed the boss wave. That was just way too scary. What those guys do is that they buff enemies and turn them into Plaga's enemies, so they'll all get the mutated head when they would normally die. Which is not great for business. Oh my gosh, I'm missing everything here. That was not good. This sniper, though, is quite weak. It's not upgraded like in the campaign. Because normally it would shoot through the shields and also give you a headshot. But I don't know if it can actually do that here. Careful with this barrel. I don't want to waste it. Oh, there's one last trebuchet guy. I just noticed him. Here we go. Perfect. I'm a woman. What did I tell you? All right. 10 more enemies and then I'll get another boss wave. Let's grab that herb over there because I think I have a green to, or a red to mix it with. Oh, I already did. So I'll just use it. Clear those shields. Let's see if I can get this cool melee real quick. There we go. Can I get on this guy? I need you to turn around. Here we go. Just kidding. I got the hook shot again. Ow. That's not great. Heal. So there's a Garrador somewhere around here, but I'm gonna try to kill him with this. Oh, he's in front of me. Alright, well, okay. I wasted it. Oh gosh. Turn around again. Wait, I botched that whole thing. Kill him with a grenade then. That might have worked, but I gotta heal. I don't have any heals on me. Oh, I'm one shot. This is not good. This is really bad. Okay, there's a health item behind me. Perfect. It's one green herb. I'll take it. I got a 4-for-1. I'll take that. That was so cool. You gotta charge it up. It's not like in the campaign where it's instant use. But it's still cool to use sometimes in Mercenaries. Alright, we got another health item. I feel better about my life now. Craft, make a GG. Because it's about to be GG. Nope, take my iframes. I didn't even melee the correct guy. But that's alright. This whole time, by the way, I've been saving the rocket launcher. I'm gonna use it on the last boss wave because it's 2 Garradors. This is time for another grenade. Because there's a shield guy. Nice, clear that up. Just use the herb. Please, no, we're so close. I gotta kill immediately. Thank you. You know what? This is worth a flashbang. There's 2 Plagas. I'll just kill them. Reload my sniper. This is good. I have a lot of heals. There we go. They're together. I got both of them. Perfect. Had I missed, had I not gotten both of them, that would have been quite tragic. Now it's time to... Let's get all these last couple kills with my Mayhem mode. I'm gonna heal too. This is dangerous. Okay. This is the worst. When you get grabbed, it sucks because it wastes so much time. Yeah. Not the best Mayhem mode. Could have gotten more value out of that for sure, but it's alright. Let's finish it up here with the sniper.
And that's the game.
Yay, that's a 150. That's a 150. So at least it's like a true S++. What I could do better is, of course, maximize my Mayhem modes. I will upload that, I guess. Because the Mayhem modes weren't optimal, for sure. Honestly, maybe I should use the rocket launcher earlier, because it would make it a lot... I have barely played as Ada Dress. So, like, the less inventory space that you have, I really felt it. I felt like I was constantly just locked out of picking stuff up. That's kind of obnoxious. I think I got one more in me. Let's do... I don't know what I should do. It's midnight. Maybe I should just stop. No, I should stop. That's responsible. It'd be more responsible to stop. Okay, it's way too late. I gotta go to bed. But anyway, thank you guys for hanging out. I do appreciate it. Yeah, how am I alive? A lot of luck. A lot of luck for sure. I'll continue with this at some point again in the near future. But that was a fun stream. You know, just a little 2-hour stream. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for listening to me rant about physical games and how the future generation was not going to have the same physical game shopping experience that we had. What else? That was the main thing. That whole rant was in the middle of our Stellar Blade. I'll timestamp it if you're watching this in the future, or if you're watching this now and you missed it, I'll timestamp it, but it was right around when I started Gigas. So when I started Gigas through Stalker, I was talking about that. GG's. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for being here. Yeah, thank you for tuning in. Lunatic, Tezel, Commander Farsight, Solo Wing Buddy, everyone else who was here earlier, Obama Orb, Joey Central. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you for being here. And stay tuned because very, very soon, also Agatoki, thank you for being here. And everyone who was here earlier, very soon I'm going to have the new emojis. I think that the artist is close to being done with coloring. I know she was working on it like this past week, so she's got to be very close to it. And usually it only takes about a week. But yeah, if you want to see the previews for that, it's in the members chat on Discord. And that's basically it. I'll try to be back as soon as I can. All right. Catch you guys in the next one. Have a good night, everybody. Peace. I'll run the montage.